You saw gravity as it is at school. Don't forget. Hello, my friends. In today's video, you will find out how Sosa Valentim, the bodybuilder who had 90% of his jaw removed after facial cancer, is doing. After causing concern and solidarity on social media, Sosa overcame oral cancer and once again drew attention on social media after making a heartfelt appeal. He underwent a procedure and is thriving. But before this video starts, so you don't forget, please click like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Sosa Valentim is a 37-year-old athlete, bodybuilder, and Mexican personal trainer from the state of Veracruz, Mexico. He is originally from the small historic municipality of Santiago Tuxtla. He says that he arrived at the port city of Veracruz to study biochemical engineering at the Veracruz Institute of Technology, and that during his university years he learned about sports and physical conditioning. When I was in college, I started going to the gym. I liked the fitness lifestyle and I started dedicating myself to it. I specialized in weight training and personal training. I dropped out of college and I started dedicating myself to it, said Valentim. He started training to compete as a bodybuilder and managed to win several state and national awards at Mr. Veracruz, among other competitions. But cancer gave him an unexpected turn in his life. In 2021, when he felt he was at the peak of his career, the cancer linked to orthodontic treatment took an unexpected turn, marking the beginning of the most complicated experience he had ever gone through in his life. The problem started silently, without any symptoms, until the area where the screws were placed began to cause damage. The truth is, I never had any symptoms. The oncologists say that thanks to my lifestyle, I was asymptomatic, but an abscess started to appear right on my jaw where I had some screws. I used to wear braces and they had to put in implants, which are screws that pull the inside of the jaw back. It's a method to align the jaw with the bite, explained Valentim. The specialist thought it was an abscess until the dentist requested a biopsy. They did a biopsy, saw the tumor, and sent it to pathology. The results showed giant cells. They did a study in Mexico City and confirmed it was sarcoma with a proliferation rate of 85%, which spreads quickly. The biopsy was done on September 11, 2021, and after 10 days it grew back on the gum toward the tongue, Valentim explained. He was diagnosed with mandibular sarcoma, a rare type of cancer that forms in the jaw. Mandibular sarcoma is a type of bone or soft tissue cancer that affects the jaw. It is a large, rare malignant tumor that can originate in the bone or surrounding tissues. Symptoms of mandibular sarcoma include pain in the jaw or face, swelling or a lump in the affected area, difficulty chewing or moving the jaw, numbness in the area, and unexplained tooth loss. Although it is not clear what causes mandibular sarcoma, experts believe that genetics or a history of trauma to the jaw area may be possible reasons. His type of cancer is extremely rare. Sarcomas account for about 1% of all head and neck cancers, of which about 10% start in the jaw. After decades of bodybuilding and fitness training, Valentim had to stop working out and focus on treating his condition. At the time, the doctors decided that his type of cancer could not be treated with traditional treatment methods such as chemotherapy or radiation, believing they would be ineffective. They ended up removing almost 90% of his lower jaw and rebuilt his face using a titanium plate and a skin graft from his chest. But things quickly got worse as the cancer unfortunately remained in his body. When they told him he was going to have surgery, he thought they would just remove a few teeth until he realized he had lost part of his face. They told me that the cancer was already in the lymphatic system, it was spreading. To prevent that from happening, they had to remove 90% of my jaw and almost half of my tongue, which is why my speech is impaired. Unfortunately, after doing tests, they realized that the cancer hadn't disappeared, that there were still cells, and that the last option was radiotherapy. The 37-year-old athlete admits that although he had heard of cancer before, he never imagined he would develop cancer in his mouth. Many colleagues even told him that it was a consequence of his activity as a bodybuilder. Honestly, I had never heard of this type of cancer. Some of my teammates even told me that I got cancer because I used banned substances since I started bodybuilding. And I won't deny that most of my teammates also used them. I did it during the years I competed, from 2014 to 2018. I had cancer in 2021, he said. He said the cancer started to spread, so I had to go through 35 sessions of radiotherapy. That caused the muscles in the blood vessels to burn, making my body reject or expel the titanium prosthesis. In 2022, the prosthesis he had received to recover and rebuild his mouth had to be removed. Since then, Sosa hasn't been able to drink liquids with straws. It's difficult. This not only made me lose part of my face, part of my body, but also made me leave my job and lose the person I love. My savings were also in shambles. Everything I saved went to private medical expenses. It was hard to look at myself in the mirror. I wasn't myself physically. Emotionally, I told myself, this will pass. Tomorrow you'll be yourself again. This has been going on for 3 years now, he confided. Valentim keeps exercising to keep his mind busy and take care of his body. His current struggle is to have the flap released so he can recover his posture, his cervical spine, and rebuild his face, regaining a little of what he lost. What they're doing is releasing the flap, and this will be done in phases. They can't release everything at once because since it's an irradiated area, they need to see how the release muscle will survive. It might die or it might survive. The plastic surgeon told me that after releasing the flap, I would have to wait a little to see how my body would react before planning the reconstruction, he explained. After numerous radiotherapy sessions, Sosa managed to beat cancer, but still lost a large part of his face. The bodybuilder said that now that he has beaten cancer, only the last step remains so he can have a little more quality of life again. I asked for your support so I can make this dream come true and so my neck can be freed so that my cervical vertebrae are no longer compromised. His page on GoFundMe had raised $51,177 after his appeal was widely shared on social media. Several plastic surgeons also reportedly contacted Valentim about the possibility of performing the procedure at a lower cost. God willing, the facial reconstruction surgery will give me back my appearance. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't accomplish something. Sometimes the process is complicated, but with faith and self-love, we can overcome the obstacles. Cancer shook me when I least expected it, but in the end, it made me stronger. Valentim says that cancer helped him develop more empathy. He also learned not to minimize other people's situations and to appreciate the solidarity of friends. They have been present, offering support and encouragement to keep moving forward. Valentim's story gained great prominence in the online community, which hailed him as a true warrior. Currently, he works in the real estate sector and continues to exercise to keep his mind occupied and his body in good shape. If you would like to support Renewal de Sosa Valentim in his facial reconstruction process, I will leave the link in the description of this video. I will leave it. You can contribute to support this noble cause. Any contribution will make a difference in his journey toward a better quality of life. If you also enjoyed this story that bears witness to hope and inspires courage in all of us not to give up in the face of difficulties, hit the like button. Thank you for watching this video up to this point and see you next time.
assista ao vídeo indicado.
Watch the dubbed video.
Mira el video doblado. 吹き替え版の動画を見てね.
شاهد الفيديو المدبلج.
더빙된 영상 봐.
Regarde la vidéo doublée. Schau dir das synchronisierte Video an.
Guarda il video doppiato.
Смотри дублированное видео.
Dub kiya hua video dekho.
Dublajlı videoyu izle.
Tonton video yang sudah didubbing.